Hi, Kian. Welcome back to Conversations with My Son. We're doing something exciting today because we're upgrading our podcast in a way, right?
Yes, we've got a microphone! And
I,
as usual, I'm here.
and
Kian.
Hi, Kian. And I think we're getting a little more professional, so maybe our audience can hear our voices better and clearer, no?
Maybe, because I can't hear any clearer.
Well, it's okay because what I found out over this past week was you have an audience and a following and a listener base that spans more than 20 countries. Can you imagine? There are people in 20 countries listening to you.
What?
So now, with a microphone and you becoming all professional, I think they'll even be able to listen to you even better.
Maybe,
Well,
but today we're not doing a podcast that's mine.
that's not about microphones anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, everyone, hello. This is Tarun. Welcome to the latest episode. We're in season two of Conversations with My Son, and I'm joined by my regular co host and podcast partner.
Kian!
Hi, Kian. I think this today's podcast is going to be a little bit of a sensitive topic for you. It's one of your favorite topics, right?
No, darn it, it's not. Definitely not.
Because we are discussing
Bum bum homework.
what's bum homework. I think we're just discussing homework.
Because I don't like homework.
Yes, I was just going to ask you, Kian, tell us your thoughts about homework, but you've already sort of broached the subject and you said you don't like homework. Let's explore that a bit. How come you don't like homework?
Because it's just because that it's sometimes pretty difficult and I get things wrong, but that's not really the main thing. It's just that sometimes it's like taking off time of watching or TV or playing football.
Yeah, and I know those are the things you like doing, but homework is sort of required for school, right? You need to do it for your lessons, and your teachers give you reading assignments, and you have maths homework from time to time, so you have stuff you need to do, right?
Yeah, but actually, there's only I think one or two homeworks that school gives. It's actually something from another thing that I do, that actually makes that actually is the thing because I like that both of the school homeworks. TT Rockstars and I'm a rock hero.
Oh, let's stop there. Tell us what TT Rockstars is, because many people who listen outside the UK may not be familiar with TT Rockstars.
TT Rockstars is a timetable game that
Ah, that's why TT, right? Okay, now I get it.
so a timetable game that helps you get like under 1 second in your timetables.
So you're now very good at your timetables because of this game, right?
Yeah.
And I remember you used to really strongly dislike timetables. You used to almost be like, "Why I don't want to do timetables. This is so hard." But now you can do your times tables, and I've seen you because for those that are listening, this is an app that Kian uses on the phone, on our phones, where he's now able to do his timetables questions at under zero point 0.6 seconds per question. So that's how
Under 0 point under one I can do one timetable question under 1 second.
under 1 second. And his average time was, I think, 0.61, if I'm
No,
not mistaken.
my like yeah, that one time that happened,
Correct.
but one time my average in garage, but it doesn't put it on studio because I wasn't playing on studio, and it doesn't make me faster if I don't play on studio. On like, it doesn't make me faster on the like on the leaderboard because I didn't play on studio. So, but on garage is like kind of like training.
Yeah.
So
So you've gotten better at that thanks to TT Rockstars, and now you actually enjoy playing it so much so that while we were on holiday, you were still playing it, right?
yeah,
And I know you have a friend who you play with closely, and you guys are trying to compete against each other, right?
it's one of my friends called Joshua, but he's 0.48 right now, and that's really fast. And then the fastest the fastest of my average is the fastest I can get on my average on Garage is 0.59.
That is amazing, Kian. So for a guy who didn't like times tables, now can smash the timetables times. He does it really fast. So Kian, let me ask you: 5 times 10,
50.
5 times 11,
55.
6 times 3,
18.
7 times 3,
21.
7 times 8.
56.
He got it. See, he's. This was a kid who had to think and think and think, and his mom and I would be struggling, and we would push him, and he would really cry and wail and shout about times tables, but he is just smashing it. So that's one homework you like. Let's do the other one. What's the other one you talked about?
Just going back to TT
Okay, let's finish up.
Saying it takes slower than actually typing it myself.
Yeah, because but you already are thinking about it, because I know you know the answers already, so it just comes to your mind very quickly.
And there's something that you can see the next question, so that also helps to go on your one side.
Correct. Okay, so that was one homework, and then what's the other one that school gives you that you like?
Read theory, because I'm great at reading. I even got certificates for reading.
Yes, you love reading, and I think we'll come to that in one of the next podcast episodes we'll do. We'll talk about reading and all the books you do, because you really whip through your reading exercises now. So tell us a little bit about read theory. What is this about now?
So read theory is about different topics of different authors, and you have to read things. You have to read like a little, say, story with a few paragraphs in it, more than one, and there's a highlight text to show what you need, what bit the answer is in, because it asks questions as well and things like that. So it's just so it's not timed like TT Rockstars is, but it can get pretty difficult sometimes, because there's challenge questions, and sometimes like you have you get more, you can get, there's really long quizzes, so it's pretty easy for you to get some things wrong. So it's sometimes pretty hard. So I don't like it as much as I like TT Rockstars, but I still like it a lot because I love reading like stories.
And you learn a lot from these. So these are reading comprehensions, right? Because they make you read, and then they test your knowledge about the paragraph that you've just read.
More than one paragraph.
Yeah, and I think the one we did recently where you read was the Concord one, which was pretty cool, because even I learned something new about the Concord that I did not know.
And we were just going on holiday after that quiz. It was a few days after though, but that was the latest quiz I did. So we decided to try and spot the Concorde at the airport, because we were going to the airport, and since we were going on Iberia, and the Concorde had the British Airways sign on it, so Iberia is owned by British Airways, so we did see it, but I also saw the Concorde before, and I cannot imagine how fast it was.
It goes faster than the
speed of sound.
That is super fast. That's what's that called in scientific terms? The speed of sound.
No.
I think it's called Mach 1. It goes faster than Mach 1. But anyway, so the Concorde was cool, and you were able to bring that knowledge and learning to see the practical application of it, where the Concorde actually stands outside or just alongside the runway at Heathrow Airport as a memorabilia, because that's the old British Airways Concorde. So that was cool. And there are many, many paragraphs like that we come across which teach us something new, right? So Kian, these were your two homeworks that you like. Tell us a bit about the ones you don't like, and maybe a little bit about why you don't like it. You mentioned a bit about the time factor, but what else is it that you don't like?
But the time factor in TT Rockstars, I used to not like it, but I like it now because it's like because it gives me sort of a challenge. I like that timer. But there's another thing that I do. This is the least favorite homework that I just finished right now.
Hmm.
It is Kumon, and sometimes it gets pretty tricky, but sometimes I like it because it helps me, get it eventually. It helps me learn more and keep up with school because I'm not that good in maths, so I did math school one, and I'm in column subtraction, but eventually when I'm advanced, I might get a medal. So just to make things clear, advanced from my class, like 1 year advanced, 2 years, as many years. Um, and well, and if you get advanced, you get a medal. So and a certificate. So I kind of try to work hard in Kumon, and I try to like it sometimes, but I just can't sometimes because it's just like. This is pretty hard, and there's a time there, but I don't mind the time anymore because I don't even think about it
But
anymore.
but I'm listening to
So
you, Kian, and I'm going to pause you there for a second because what I'm gathering from you is you keep saying you don't like it, but after every bit that you say, but now I like it, or but now it's not so bad, and which means I think you actually are enjoying doing this because I also see, like your TT Rockstars, your timing in Kumon has improved a lot because you can do now your maths, your additions and subtractions with the snap of a finger fairly quickly, and a lot of it just comes to you without thinking anymore,
and
right?
as and school's methods help to figure out Kumon's method because Kumon's method is pretty tricky.
But you're doing well. Okay, Kian. So I know homework is not most kids' favorite thing, but I think when you look back on it, most kids realize that eventually it does help them and get better at many of the things that they can use later on, right?
Yes, but still, I don't like the feeling of doing homework
Yeah.
just even still on Kumon because like still pretty hard, but I'm glad that I'll soon, hopefully, because it asks it. I will start almost be on the multiplication soon, but so I'm glad of that because I can do it under 1 second. So it'll be if it's like 50 questions, it'll only be 50 seconds.
Yeah, you'll be done really fast. Cool. So I think for me, Kian, you said I don't like homework, and I was thinking about it, but homework, the word has the word work in it, which most people actually don't like doing any work. So it makes sense that even kids don't like homework because ultimately it's something that people don't like doing. Even adults, you can ask many adults don't like doing work. So I can understand why kids don't like homework. But I hear you and I feel your pain, but I think you're a smarty pants and you're doing fairly well.
But it also has the word home in it, which makes it even more tiring because you don't do it at school or somewhere else. You have to do it in your favorite comfort place, home.
Yes, true. All right, Kian. I think we've done a good job. Do you just wanted to check? Do you have any questions for me? As usual, you're a co-host, so you need to ask me some goody stuff as well.
Just after it. That I like schoolwork and the work that I do at the center, Kumon Center. But I don't like doing it mostly at home because, like, I want to rest at home and kind of like play football, like those, like any
Right.
kid would at home.
Correct. But was that a question for me?
No, but how was what was your impression of homework when you were smaller?
Oh, just like you, I hated homework. uh, and we used to get a lot because we used to have multiple lessons. And in when I went to school in India, every teacher used to give us homework for the day. So many days we would have to go home and do maths, English, Hindi, geography, history, blah blah blah, and we would have to prepare for all our lessons for the next day or for the next 2 days. So we always had multiple assignments that we had to go back with. So I didn't particularly like homework either because, just like you, it sort of took away time from playing, from reading, watching TV, video games, and all of that stuff. But in many ways, my mom, your daddy, was very proud and very happy to have us occupied on homework because for her it was important that we get good grades and do well in school, and homework was an important part of that. Also, like you, a little bit, I was very competitive, and so I wanted to do well and beat out many of my friends all the time. So I always viewed homework as a chance. I don't like it, but I'm going to do it because if I'm better, I can beat out some of my friends in some of the scores and stuff. So secretly, it was a competitive drive that kept me doing homework. I'll tell you this one silly story, but we uh, and I don't think many of my teachers or even Daddy knows it, but when I was younger, we would get homework assignments sometimes over the holidays. So in India, you would get like a week or 2 weeks of Diwali holidays, and I still remember in one of the years, our Hindi teacher gave us a writing assignment to write a diary about our entire vacation. So she wanted us to write every day in the diary in Hindi about what we did that day. So it would be, if it was 2 weeks, it was like 15 days of, you know, diary entries. As usual, Papa was lazy and, didn't want to do homework and, decided not to do anything. So on the day before the holidays were supposed to end, guess what? The diary was empty. So Papa filled 15 days worth of diary entries into his diary in a single day. And guess what? The result was crappy diary entries, and I got a really bad grade for it. But that was my lesson, to never leave my homework till the last minute. And when I got home, I think Dadi then knew that what I had done, and she was like, "See, you never leave this homework or never leave your work for the last minute because it always results in bad work." So after that, I tried to be better with my homework so that I could actually get better grades as well. But yeah, that was me and homework.
What's your favorite homework?
What was my favorite homework? My favorite subject in school was history, and you know that I'm still a history buff, so anything related to history was the homework I did first.
We did history today at school.
Cool. And you don't get any homework for history?
No. But we were learning about the Romans.
Ah, so that's an interesting part of history. But yeah, so history used to be mine, and if we ever got multiple homeworks, guess which was the first one I did?
The history one.
Correct. I always finished history first. So that was my favorite. All right, Kian. As usual, we've had a fun episode. I've learned a lot listening to you, and it's good to know what goes on inside this almost 8-year-old brain of yours. Let's see what piece of advice or tips you have for our listeners this week.
Um. So if you like, if you like do, if you're not good in your homework, like try a bit harder and do it a little more, and eventually you'll reach the highest level of it, like I did in Teacher Rockstars. Can I give you a secret of what happened to me in for a whole school year and a little bit of my year now? So
Yes, tell us,
first,
Kian.
First, I was a new artist for quite a long time, and that's the lowest, super lowest level. And then I turned into a wannabe, which is not the super lowest level. And then a garage rocker, which is the second lowest, not so lowest level. And then a busker, then a wannabe again. And then there was this super week, and then the school year ended, and I was a wannabe. and then I went to year 3, and there was this guy who that was Joshua, who just like went from straight to New Artist to head to Rockstar. So, and he beat me. So guess what I did? I had this amazing weekend where I shot straight up to Rockstar, and then I didn't shoot up straight to Rockstar, but I took level one by one. And by the end of the weekend, I was pretty. I was like pretty fast in Rockstar.
Yeah, so your advice is keep going, keep at it, no matter how much you dislike it, even if you're working hard, you will get the result in the end, right?
Yes, but why don't you give some of your advice?
That was a
This
bit of mine, but also what I said earlier with my own homework. Keep at it, be consistent, don't leave it till the last minute, and ultimately the results will pay off. You'll see the results in the end. And I've seen that not only with homework, but through the rest of my life also. All right, Kian, it's been a fun episode. Thank you again. I know it's your least favorite topic, and it's been a busy week, a busy day for you at school. So thank you for taking the time, and we'll be back with another episode next week. See you, everyone.